Hey everyone, it's a crafty crochet for another video. I did do this earlier, but I deleted it. The last one was like 45 minutes long. 40 some minutes long. This one is not going to be that long. I have a couple finished objects. I have a couple whips. I have, 3 acquisitions. And, that is... Well, I got, some other acquisitions too, I guess. And before we get started, I am going to rock. I just posted earlier today. This is episode 156, I think. And it is Thursday the 11th at 4:04 a.m. in the morning. We just had a thunderstorm, and that's when I recorded. But I had to delete some things off my phone, and one of the things I deleted was the video that I just literally made. So, I have one work in progress that I'm going to have to frog a little bit on, because I was making the perfect pockets shawl and decided that I do not like... I'm using 3 colors. I'm using Red Heart Amethyst, Mainstays White, and Hobby Lobby Lilac, I think. And I made the pockets in all 3 colors, and I decided that I do not like that. So, while I had already sewn one full pocket on, I decided to take it off, and when I went to cut the threads, I accidentally cut into the big shawl part. So, I'm going to have to take it apart and try to fix it. And if I can't, then I'm just going to rip everything apart and start over from pretty much scratch. So I will not be showing that. Couple more things. Over on my group, More Crafts, where I have my stitch markers, my bags, and where I'm trying to sell a lot of my stuff. I have in the albums tab, there is an album on that group that is called Yarn D-Stash. So as of right now, I have 3 boxes of yarn on there for D-Stash. The first 2 boxes is 100% acrylic yarn. There's 30 cakes, all different sizes, all different colors. And both those boxes are $50 plus $15 shipping. So they will be $75 just so I can cover the shipping. You get 30 skeins. One has like 1,900 and some grams in it, and the other one has 2,000 and some grams in it. I have a post-it note with both the boxes saying how much they are. They do not have a post-it saying how much the shipping is. The shipping, like I said, is going to be $15, and I think there's another thunderstorm heading in, because I can still hear it thundering in the distance. The third box, I have a lot of Hometown USA in my stash. There are 7 full skeins of that, and there is 13 full skeins of Lion brand Wool Ease Thick and Quick. I got it at Ollie's Bargain Outlet store. I do not know why I bought it, but I did. And I'm not using it. I don't like it. So that is also $50 plus $15 for shipping. So $75 for a box of yarn. And the full skeins are in full skeins. One of the Woolly Stick and Quick does not have a ball band on it. It did not have one on when I got it. So I just wanted to, it's over, both of those boxes are in, or all three of those boxes are in the albums, over there. Now I'm going to get into my finished objects because surprisingly this week I only have one. And that is, I finished up a scrap blanket. And this is going to the homeless shelter. And it is big. I make them really long. I kind of follow, I don't know. I don't remember. I seen it on Facebook. Or not Facebook. Not Facebook. I seen it on YouTube. Where you hold 2 strands together of worsted weight yarn. But I think they use like 6 strands of double knit or DK. I use 2 strands of acrylic, 100% acrylic worsted weight yarn. For the homeless, it's just my random scraps. And like I said, I didn't say, but I use an 8mm hook, and I just do a double crochet foundation row instead of doing a chain. And all of them vary. If I'm not mistaken and my calculations are correct, I'm pretty sure I have 8 and I have 6 completely finished. I have 1 in progress, which I'm going to show you on my whips. And I have another one in progress at my Graham's house. So, I'm pretty sure I have 8. Like, almost all together right now. And I want to have 10, because I want to make 10 or 20 blankets for the homeless shelter this year. To use up a lot of my stash. And then, I'm going to make 10 granny square blankets with 2 granny squares across and 3 granny squares down. And I make my granny squares with a 6mm hook and just one strand of yarn. I made some of these previously. If I'm not mistaken, I think I have one up at my Graham's house, that I use 12 squares. And if I do, then I'm going to separate it and have 2 of them with 6 squares. And then I'm going up to my house tomorrow night. And it's 2 days till my birthday. Saturday is my 29th birthday. And my pap is making me spaghetti tomorrow for my birthday. I have no idea what we're doing on Saturday for it. And then Sunday is when we are having our very, very belated Easter dinner. Because around Easter time was the time that my great-grandmother got really, really sick. And Easter was kind of the last thing on our mind when we were taking care of her. So, now that she's in a much better place and we do not have to worry about her anymore, we are finally going to have our Easter dinner. So that was my only finished objects. I know, you guys are completely surprised, I can tell. Now we are going into whips, and I have kind of a few whips. So I have one knitted whip, and that is, I'm actually knitting a washcloth. And it's Ross's with Smell Great Guy, or Smells Like Yarn washcloth. And this is what I have so far. It's the Atom pattern. I'm using some cheap needles that I got off of AliExpress or Wish. I love these needles. I've never had a problem with them. They're kind of like the Chaya ones. They have that cable, but I love them. And the yarn I'm using is Crafter's Secret Cotton in the colorway Potpourri print, which I love this. It has really cute speckles in it. And I think I messed up on this dishcloth because I think I have some stitches where they don't belong, that they're not supposed to be that kind. But it's for, yeah, I messed up a little bit, but that's okay. Because well, I guess I can try to go back and fix it. I know how to do that. I've done it enough. So I might fix that and see if I can get that right. But all the washcloths making is either going to go to my gram or my mom, or if they look kinda nice, maybe I'll try to sell them in a set. I don't know. So my other that was my only knitted whip. Now we are going to go into my crochet whips. And the first one I'm going to show you is my Rose Regals mini sampler blanket. I have one person testing this pattern for me, and that is Andrea Jones. And I asked her if she could have it finished by my birthday, which is Saturday. So I think I'm going to do this all in pink shades. I'm using a 6mm hook for this. It has V-stitches, granny cluster stitches, and the bead stitch. So that is that. Now my next whips are going to be my scrap whips. And so is that pink one, a scrap whip. And this is my granny square blanket that I have started. I'm just using up random skeins. Although I have 2 more skeins of this colorway. I have no idea what color it is. I'm thinking it's a Red Heart Super. I'm looking at it right now. It's a Red Heart Super Saver, I think polo stripes maybe? But I'm thinking about seriously frogging out this row right here and getting another color and using that one for a Wild Oleander hooded scarf, because I am addicted to making these, and I hope I sell some of them like in the winter time, because I have an abundance of them. But if I don't sell any, then they are going to go to my local church to be gifted. So my next scrap blanket is this one right here. And like I said, I make them super duper long. And I have a bag over here. Surprisingly, I'm running out of scraps. I'm running out of One Cake Wonders that I've been using for my scrap blankets. So when I go up to my house, or my Graham's house this weekend, I'm gonna have to bring down a small bag of scraps. Plus, I have to take that scrap blanket up. I have to take all my scarves up because I need a final count on my scarves to see how many of them I actually need. So, and my last 3 whips are Wild Oleander hooded scarves. I have a problem making these. I'm so addicted. So yeah. So the first one I'm going to show you is I'm making it out of this. And this is yarn cut loops and threads colors. It is 507.44 yards, 7.5 ounces, 464 meters, and 200 grams. The colorway is Candy Drop. It is a medium number 4. Machine wash cold, gentle, do not bleach, dry flat, do not iron, dry clean. Like I said, it's 100% acrylic. US 8 and a US 8 knitting needle and crochet hook. Now, this says it is a number 4. I do not believe that this is a number 4. It looks like a number 3 to me. So I've been treating it as a number 3. I am planning on using some more cupcakes as Wildlander hooded scarves. And I have 2 colorways that I'm going to show you that are going to be turned into them soon. And for a size 3, which is what I'm classifying this yarn as, I use a 6mm. So, for a worsted weight pattern, you go to row 20 or 24. But if I'm using like regular Red Heart or that bulky worsted weight yarn, I go to row 20. But this one, I think I'm going to have to go to row 24. Just because it's not growing that fast. And I have one that I started in gray. That's all the further I got with that one. And I finally started a one in black. Now, I made one in black before. And I had to rip it out because I think I made a mistake. But I don't know why I had to rip out so much of it. Oh, I know what it was. I was using the wrong size hook. I started with a 6.5mm hook. But I was almost done and it was really, really small on the scarf part. So I ripped it back and I'm using an 8mm hook now. Which, that is the best hook to use for Wildlander hooded scarves and worsted weight yarn is an 8mm hook. Now, I don't need the pattern anymore. I don't need to follow the pattern anymore. So I'm not 100% sure what the pattern calls for. So, yeah. And this is, it's backwards, but that is the Atom washcloth by Ross. Now, the 3 colors, I have 2 cupcakes that are going to be turned into Wildlander hooded scarves, and I have 1 colorway of Ferris wheel that I still have 2 cakes other than this. So this is the first one, and I cannot wait to start this one. I love that green in the inside. This is Street Lights, and if you're not familiar with cupcakes, they're just like mandala, except for I think cupcakes have a lot better color selections and color combos. So they are 5.3 ounces, 150 grams, 590 yards, and 540 meters. 100% acrylic, machine washable and dryable. And like I said, this one is Street Lights. And then the other cupcake I have is Beach Ball. And I have 2 colorways left of Ferris wheel. I have this one right here, which is Imaginary Garden. And I have the one where it's all blues, I think. So those are going to be turned into Wildlander hooded scarves. And I went to the dollar store couple weeks ago and got baskets to put my projects in. I got this great idea from watching Lynette from Charmed Granny Crochet. I love her. She is adorable. But I got that idea from her because she got it from watching somebody else, and it is such a great idea because I was using Ziploc bags, and of course I still use them for my knitting, but for my crochet I prefer the baskets now. And I got a lot of baskets when me and my grandma and pap went one time, and that's what I've basically been carrying my projects in, especially like when I go downstairs with my mom. I take a project down and work on something down there. So now I'm going to talk about my acquisitions and kind of what happened. I'm going to take a drink first. And what happened at Joann's. So the first thing I bought, a while ago, I'm trying to get away from Susan Bates crochet hooks. They're the first ones that I started out with because that's what came in the kit that my aunt's mom had. And so I decided that I was gonna try these Clover Amours. And I had 50% off coupon for I had 3 of them. I had one from Michael's, I had one from Joann's, and I had one that I got like a couple weeks ago. So, the first ones that I got a 5.5, I got a 6, and then I got a 6.5. Now, the 2 smaller ones, the 5.5 and the 6, are actually metal. And then the rest of the ones that I got are plastic. So, the ones that I got this time around, which is when I had all the 50% off coupons, was I got an 8, I got a 10, and I got a 15. So I'm going to start some projects with these and see exactly how that goes. I think my hands might actually take a while to get used to them. So, and then this last time that I went to Joann's, when I bought those 3 bigger hooks, Clover Amour hook sizes, was I saw a tutorial on YouTube for a mini crochet frontline hero bear. But she used DK weight, and I don't have any DK weight. The smallest I go is like a number 3, which is a light, I guess. I don't know. And when she made hers, it was still a pretty good size bear. I mean, that thing probably stood like that tall. So I decided that I was going to get some embroidery floss. Or not embroidery floss. Some crochet thread. So a couple of these I already had. I had peacock. I had red, which still getting in a mess. Now, I had the red, the blue, and where are you? Are you hiding? And the white. Because if you remember a long time ago, a while ago, a couple years ago, my gram wanted me to crochet her some doilies, and I did 2 granny squares and 1 rectangle. So I had the red, white, and blue from those. So at Joann's, I got this really pretty purple, which is just called purple. I got this pretty green color, which is jade. I got this pretty lilac-y purple, and it is called wood violet. And I got this one, and I have the labels in the inside of them. And this one is, I think, this green is wasabi. And I have this one, which is orchid pink. And I had this one, and this one is a variegated. But it's like green, yellow, purple, pink, blue. Very, very pastel, Eastery colors. And I made a bear. I have one in my bag finished. I made a bear, but my mom took it already. She's going to put it on her keys. And I got burgundy. And I think this one's called spring green or frosty green or something. This is frosty green. And the color that I got for the bear's age is fudge brown. Now, and I also got black. Is black in here? Yes, I got black also. Now, the black is a lot thicker than the other two, and it's a smaller bow. And I have one, well, I actually have two finished, but my mom took the first one that I made. So I have this little guy, and you can, in person, you can kinda see his eyes, but you kinda can't unless you're really close up. So I made him, and he is for sale on my group, More Crafts. And I got my rings and stuff. I got my pliers, my jump rings. And if you're making keychains and they don't have the ones with the chain already attached to the key ring, just get chain in the jewelry aisle and just make it yourself. That's what I do. That's how I made this little guy. I just cut a short amount of chain, hooked everything to it, and he's ready to go. Because my Walmart is a lot of their craft stuff is getting like ridiculous. Like we're actually going to Walmart today, and they have their beads on sale for like 50 cents. You know, the ones that are usually like the ones that are usually like 98 cents. They have them on sale for, I think, 50 cents, some of them. And, oh, the hook I'm using for my bears is my cousin got me this crochet case. The one that's upside down is the one I'm using, and it is a 1.5 millimeter. And, I'm actually going to get two things out of this one because, I have been losing my stitches for my, washcloth. So they have stoppers in this one, so I'm going to use them. So I got this set of hooks, and it came with the pair of scissors that I'm using. It came with this little package of light bulb stitch markers and the rings and a row counter, which I probably should use just because you have to, on Ross's pattern, you have to how does that work? Whatever. Well, this one's not a very good one, only because the numbers are, like, cut off. Look at that. Can't even see the numbers on that thing. But I have a couple of these up at my Graham's house that I'll try to get if I need it. So it had that set, and then it had this set here, and it has cable cable needles. It has a measuring tape, but you know you can't have too many of those. It has 2 stitch holders, I guess is what they're called. It has 6 plastic needles, 3 big, 3 small, and a tape measure, which I'm always losing my tape measure. And so yeah, I have that kit in this bag because I use the small one for, and then I got my stuffing. So yeah. I think that's pretty much it that I wanted to talk about. Oh, I am planning on going to Joann's on Monday because I need to get some solid colors of yarn. Like basic colors. Like I need to get some red, white, black. Because I actually, that black one, that black cake skein of yarn is the only one I have. And, so yeah. I want to get some other colors. Like I think I want to look for, shades of pink and just some different colors, because I don't know about your area, but my area, my Walmart is, like, their yarn aisle is, like, pretty much non-existent. And the next time I go to my local Walmart, like, I live in the middle. I have 2 Walmarts in one spot in State College, and I have 1 Walmart the other way. So, me and my mom have decided that next month, we're actually going to go to the one that's the other way. Just for, like, different scenery, and we want to go to a Chinese food place. So that's what we're planning on doing next month. And then my birthday money, I'm going to go to Joann's and get some just basic colors. Like I don't need blue, I don't need yellow or orange or green. I need like purples and pinks and red and black and white. Just those kind of colors. So yeah. I need to have a look through my yarn stash and see exactly what I have that I can use for different projects. Like, I want to make some more of the Perfect Pockets shawl, but I decided that there is going to be, I'll do the body part different colors, like I did the purple and white one, but the pockets are going to be a solid color. Definitely a solid color. So, that is what's going to be happening. I'm actually going to let you guys go. Man, it's only 4:37. I don't know, tonight just seems like it's dragging so slow. Doesn't help that we've had 2 thunderstorms in the last couple hours. So I'm going to let you guys go. I hope you guys have a great morning, a great day. Like Like I said, all the links will be in the description box below. My group to More Crafts, the link to that group will be in the description box below. And you can go over and look at the, I did do a stitch marker update, last week. Those are still available. All of them are posted in that group. The boxes are yarn boxes of D-Stash are posted in that group. So yeah, just go over there and check it out, and I will talk to you guys later. So hopefully everybody has a great day. Bye.